In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to create a procedural grid in Blender using dual array modifiers. By the end, you'll have a flexible, fully editable grid or pattern that updates automatically when you change your source object. Start by selecting your cube. If you're using the default scene, the cube that loads with Blender is perfect, but any mesh will work. With your object selected, head over to the Properties panel and open the Modifiers tab. You'll recognize it by the wrench icon. This is where we'll build our setup non-destructively, so everything stays editable. Add an array modifier. By default, Blender duplicates along the x-axis using relative offset, typically set to 1.0, which means each copy sits one object width away. This first array is going to handle your horizontal spread. Adjust the count to control how many copies you want across. If your duplicates overlap or float too far apart, tweak the relative offset x value or use a constant offset if you prefer exact units. Keep this modifier focused on x so your row builds cleanly from left to right. Now add a second array modifier under the first one. The order matters. The second array acts on the result of the first, which is exactly how we'll build columns. In this new array, set the x offset to 0 so it doesn't keep pushing the object sideways, and turn on or adjust the y offset. A relative offset y of 1.0 is a good starting point. Increase the count here to define how many rows you want. With that, the second array duplicates the entire horizontal row downward or upward along y, giving you a full grid. Take a moment to fine-tune both arrays independently. Use the first modifier to control how many items and how far they spread along x, and the second modifier to manage the same along y. If you see gaps or overlaps, nudge the offset slightly until the spacing looks right. If your original cube isn't perfectly scaled, small offset adjustments can make a big difference. What you've created is a procedural grid or pattern. It's flexible and editable because it's driven by modifiers. Change the size or shape of the original cube and the entire grid updates instantly. Adjust counts and offsets at any time to explore different densities and layouts. Remember, this isn't combined into a single mesh yet, it's still just modifiers, so you keep the freedom to refine without committing to permanent changes. And that's it, a clean, non-destructive dual array grid you can reuse for modeling, motion graphics, or lighting layouts.